Hello everyone, this is Tammy from Tammy Colors 2, and today I thought I would do a quick color and chat in the new Steampunk Mandalas Color by Number by Sachin Sachdeva, because I had a couple of ideas and I thought I would do that, try them out. So I have pulled out some markers because I use my Cali Art markers. Well, Cali Art Artifact. I thought I would do the owls because I thought that would be fun. And then these are the markers I have pulled out that match the light ones here. So we'll color it with markers, and then I think I'm going to add some metallic paint as appropriate. So, but I have to see what the colors are before I can do that. All right. I have a blotter page in here. Look at that. And let me see. Do I need to zoom in any? Maybe a hair. Just keep the whole thing in there. All right. So, how is everybody? It's been kind of a long week for me. There's a lot going on, so I thought I would, give you like an update because I haven't done that for a long time. 1 is 6:48. Okay. I've got a lot of things going on. I want to do some new things with the channel, which I've probably talked about in my tea. But then there's a lot going on in life. This summer has been very busy. And I have just not had time to do anything except be in my car driving to do the next thing. So, we've had a lot of concerts. Like, I'm in a volunteer band. I play the trombone. And we do concerts in the summer. We also do a few concerts at Christmas, not very many. But, you know, we have practice once a week, and we have, then we have our concerts. Like, we had one yesterday. Today is Sunday. So yesterday was Saturday. We had a concert. We have 2 more. For the summer, we have next Saturday, which is July 29th, I believe. We're doing the Sunflower Festival here in Frankfort, Ohio. And then after that, we do the Ross County Fair, August 8th, and that is our last thing. So I have that going on. It's also convention season, which my husband and I do game conventions, but I think we have decided, because there's been a lot going on with my parents, so my dad is retired. My dad was actually retired early from being a police officer because he was involved in a car accident while on duty. So he was 2 years away from retiring, but he had to retire early because in my hometown there are no desk jobs. So, and since then, he has become the city council president, and he's an assistant band director at the high school, and I mean, he has more jobs. My mom and dad are active with their class. Their class has been very close. They're the Waverly High School class of 1966. So, and they just had a 75th birthday party for themselves. It was like 12, she said there were 12 or 14 of them there, which was cool. I mean, I asked my dad the other day how big his class was, and he said it was like 129, 130 people, something like that. I'd have to go through her annual and count. But so that was cool. I find it wonderful that they're so close. You know, I just want to look and see I have the windows open today because it is beautiful. Yeah, this brown should be okay. It has been cooler, even though it's July, which is weird. I'm not really sure what's causing that, but it has been, I mean, it got up to like 80 something yesterday, so it's warm. But it's not July hot. You know, I mean, it will be. It's only been the last couple days. And there's a family of crows that comes every morning to the neighbor's yard across the street. And there's like 5 of them. And you can probably you might be able to hear them. They root around and mess with other birds and squirrels and stuff like that and eat whatever they're there to eat. And it's pretty funny. And I love watching them. I love crows and animals in general and watching them. I also have a cat that comes for breakfast every morning. I don't know if he belongs to anybody. It's hard to tell. But then again, I know that my neighbor across the street feeds. She puts out food also, but he comes to my house for breakfast. So there is that. Then I gotta put brown in here. Let's see. Then the other big news this week is that my mother has had a lot of issues with her feet. And she's had problems with infections, and she has other things going on with her feet. And so she has had a couple of toes removed. She had another infection about a month ago, and they thought it went away, but I guess it didn't, because I mean, she said her toe was hurting and she was tired, which I should have told her the other day, but it didn't register in my brain, you know? It's like, I remember her saying it, and I remember thinking, oh, well, it's good that your toe hurts because you can feel it. Because she has neuropathy. And I wasn't thinking, oh, your toe hurts. You should go get that looked at. So, like during one of her surgeries, she picked up a lovely thing called MRSA in the hospital. And apparently MRSA lives in your body forever. It doesn't go away. So it just waits for an opportunity. And it is a scary little thing, because it is very relentless. So just waits for an opportunity to give you another infection. And so she saw the streaks. I mean, luckily she wasn't really sick. I mean, she's been really sick before, like 10 years ago, I'm trying to remember how long it was. She was in the hospital, because, I mean, it was halfway up her leg. And she was in the hospital for 2 weeks, I think, and it almost killed her. I mean, it was bad. But, you know, as with everything, you learn. And so now she knows. I mean, she knew something was wrong then, but I think when it's your first experience, you don't know. Now she knows. And, like, as soon as she saw the streaks on her toe, because you'll get these red streaks, and because it travels, you can watch it travel. And she got out of the shower and she got Dad, and they went to the emergency room. So And, you know, she wasn't running a fever or anything, but that's, you know, you don't want to wait that long. You do not want to wait that long with an infection. Let's see. My 701 is number 2. So I have an idea with this when I'm done coloring it. And if you didn't know, this is the brand new coloring book, color by number. It is available in non-color by number. Also by Sachin Sachdeva, and it is interesting because it is Steampunk Mandalas, which I found intriguing. If you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you know that I love Clash of Titans, the 80s version with Harry Hamlin, I believe, and Burgess Meredith, and the whole 9 yards, the stop motion one. And Bubo is one of my favorite characters. He is the electronic owl that is gifted to him by one of the gods. Oh, we all know the stories of the gods and goddesses and how mean and cruel they are to humanity. One wonders why people worship them. With Zeus and Hera and all them competing. See, I wonder if that is supposed to be, maybe it's supposed to be white. I think it might be. All right, so I think I've got all of the 2s. This is how I usually do these. I go through, but it depends. It depends on how the picture's laid out. Because the mystery mosaics, like, I'll usually just go from the top down, not number by number. Let's do a 3, which is light brown Y900. So my mom's been in the hospital. They removed a toe, one of her pinky toes, which was the best option because they said, well, you know, we could leave it, but, and you could do antibiotics and that might go away, but then it might come back and you might be in trouble then. And so she made the decision. She's had, due to some other issues among infection with her feet, she's had a couple of their toes removed, not all from the same foot, but just, I feel so bad for her, you know, because it's hard. I mean, you feel like you're being taken apart piece by piece, you know. And then we have the allergies this summer, which have plugged up my left ear, so I can't tell how loud I'm talking. And that's kind of a pain in the butt. Oh, did I miss? No. What else? Oh, I'm gonna actually do like an official video, but I am going to co-host Watercolor Summer with Michelle from Kits and Koodles, so I'm so excited. But then I've got all this other stuff going on because I'm actually going to stay with my mom and dad for a few days. I don't know how long, because, I mean, my dad can't do it all. Neither my mom can do it all, nor my dad can do it all. And you know how it is when you have things that happen unexpectedly. And my parents only live like an hour away from me, but, you know, it's a lot to drive every day, and then I'm not there at night, you know, if I don't stay. So since I can work from anywhere, I am going to go spend a few days, help my dad with some things, and then we'll see when I come back. So I'm trying to get some videos done to put up this week because this was unexpected. Like, literally, it happened last night. I mean, I should have thought, I don't know what I was thinking, but my parents are always like, oh, we're fine. And they are. I mean, they're not invalids. They're 75 years old. My dad will be 76. But, you know, it gets hard. They own a big 2-story house that I grew up in. They've been married for 52 years, and they have lived in the same house their entire life. And it's, you know, gets difficult to take care of at times. And they have a whole bunch of stray cats. That's a whole other story. That we have finally, I mean, you know, gotten under control. It's basically a cat colony at this point is what it is. And it's sort of where my cats came from. Let's see, what's next? Maybe orange. So that's number 6. So, I mean, that's kind of what's going on. I'm excited about co-hosting Watercolor Summer with Michelle. So, and if you didn't know, Watercolor Summer is a hashtag where you can color any picture with water media, like markers. Did I do that right? Yeah. Markers, watercolor, water-based markers, paint, watercolor paint, probably acrylic paint is water-based, so any water-based media, and it doesn't have to be the whole picture. It can be any part of the picture. So actually, if I do what I want to do with this picture, it should count towards Watercolor Summer, because my intent is to add metallic over top of the marker once I'm done. So we will see. We got this guy. And I'm trying not to slop too much. I am using my Artify markers, which I love. And they have this really nice fine point. And I am slopping, so I just will have to decide what parts I want to be metallic. My guess is the owl. And it shouldn't take long, but I think it'll be cool. If the colors match up. I may change the colors a little bit. We'll see. I don't think this will take long to do. And I thought the concept of a steampunk mandala is very interesting. So let's see what else. I'm doing that. I want to do, it's going to get delayed a little bit because of me going down to my mom's house, but I'm going to start my colored pencil collection. But now I think since I'm doing Watercolor Summer, maybe I should start with my watercolor pencils first and do that collection, which I might be able to do. I think I have an idea. I'm trying to come up with an idea for all my supplies rather than just show them to you really quick, but we'll see. I mean, I have a big plan for the pencils, but that's because I have 30 some sets of, I think 39 sets of pencils. Which is, you know, a lot for me. So I'm trying to use them all. So 7, let's try. There'll be a spot. I just know there will be a spot that I miss. I know there will be a spot that I miss. No matter how hard I look. And the nice thing about these is, you know, they're generally, if you want something quick and something fun, you know, you grab one of these. I have so many Sachin Sachdevas. I have a giant, they're all in one place, and all of my color by number Sachin Sachdeva books are all in one, all together, because they're easy for me to pull out. I have markers picked out because he uses pretty much, not always, but mostly the same color palette all the time. Occasionally there's a change here or there, but that doesn't happen very often. But sometimes I get it, you have to. So so it's easy for me to keep these like in my bedroom and pull one out, and then I don't have to think about it, which I like. And there's such a variety of books available. Do I have them all? No. Pretty close though. I have all but one of the mystery mosaics. And then let's see, I don't have all of the mandalas. I have a number of them. But you know, I haven't, you know, I'd have to count my Sachin Sachdeva books because I don't know how many I have. Be interesting to do, but when I do my coloring book collection, which I need to do also, then we will look at all of those. Trust me, if you're interested. And I gotta make a decision if I'm gonna make some notes about my books and what I want to know about them while I'm going through them, because I thought, well, if I'm going to do my coloring book collection, if there's anything I want to look at, I should probably figure that out, because I'll have them out, you know. All right, I think I got all the 7s. Looks like it. Let's see, next is 8, which is mustard, which is my 207. Did I not pull out 207? Oh, no, there it is. Let's see, 7 was 004, which was that one? Here's the 207. Okay. 8. Do I see any 8s? It must not be very many. Tell me where it is. I know it's got to be here. Mustard. Oh, I missed a 1. See? Told you I'd missed something. Huh. That's, oh, there they are. It's probably just these tiny little dots right here. I don't see any more, but I'll go back. Oh, I missed a 3. I'll just go back and do those later. Okay, then the next number in line is 12, which is light blue, which is my 210, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, it should lighten up. So let's see, that is 12. So here's my 12. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Good question. Watercolor summer, and then, what else? Oh, 12 up here too. Here we go. 12, 12, 12. Finish him. And by the way, if you haven't seen Clash of Titans, which I'm pretty sure almost everyone has, I've even seen the new one. I mean, the new one is cool, but these days they tend to you know, in the 80s when they made movies, they were less dark and broody. That's all I have to say. You know, everything wasn't sad and mean, and I realized, you know, the stories of the gods were mean. They were always mean to people, generally. I mean, they either did something really cool, but usually they were being cruel to them because they were petty. I actually would like to study all the gods because it's very intriguing. And there's similarities between the Norse gods and the Greek gods and all that. If you like history and the symbolism, you know, I find it very, very intriguing. I have been listening to, if you're interested in history, I have been listening to a podcast, which there are over 130 episodes of, which I think it's still going. I just had never listened to it before, so I started at the beginning. But it's called Noble Blood, and it's kind of stories that you didn't know about historical characters. Nobility, mind you. So I have to, I mean, it does come with a warning. I mean, listener discretion is advised because, I mean, she's talking. I mean, it's just a podcast, but there are a couple of stories. I mean, history is gruesome, you know, not gonna lie. History is very, very, a lot of bad things happened, and it'll kind of put the things into perspective because you're like, oh, that's awful, you know, because you know what happened to this person. But when they actually tell you in, you know, detail, describe what it was like and living in the prison and the things that they did, and I mean, it's not all like that. There's not a lot of stories that are gruesome, but I mean, it's just, it puts things into perspective and really makes you realize how lucky we are today to not have to deal with, you know, nobility is it, and if you aren't nobility and, you know, you're just common and everyone is fighting for a space, I mean, it's just, and women are in a bad position because women are property. I mean, as lucky as you think royals were, I mean, the women were just property to be traded for advantageous alliances. And I'll tell you, like, I mean, there's nothing gross that happened with Catherine of Aragon, but I didn't really understand her story. And I'm like, wow, that's cruel. It's just cruel to leave someone in your country and just ignore them because you think you can find something better, and you just imprisoned her there. I mean, she's not in prison, but, you know, she's holed up in a palace, and it's just, it's like, it's so mean. But that's, you know, we live in, as barbaric as we all think we are, and we are, we live in a very enlightened age, and we are very lucky that we do. So this is shaping up very nicely. Okay, did I get that? I did. And I wanted to get these done today because when I go to my parents' house, I'm not going to be able to do videos while I'm there. My mom has to be off her foot for 2 weeks, so I mean, it's not like she can't walk, but, you know. All right, there's that. Let's see. 15 in blue. Oops. You know, I might like this as is. I might not want to embellish it. 15, 15, 15. Oh, here we go. So it's just the owls that have the 15. Oh, is there anything else? I mean, my husband and I have given up some conventions this summer, because life just doesn't, you know, work. I mean, we're gonna miss the extra money from working the conventions, but I just told him, I'm like, I just think it's gonna be too much. He's been stressed out. You know, maybe next summer will be different. I mean, usually we work Gen Con, which is currently the United States' largest game convention. So we're gonna go, but we're not actually working, because it's business for him, and I thought we should go and, you know, do some meetup with some of the companies that he works for and attend the convention, because I don't get to do that very often. You know, when you're in the game industry, you get to have fun, but, you know, you don't necessarily get to attend the convention and play games and stuff like that. It's a lot of hard work working a convention, no matter what kind of convention it is. So we were gonna do like a small, there's another anime convention called MatsuriCon here. It's just, also everything is coinciding, and my dad has to go to band camp. I think I didn't finish that story. So my dad's going to band camp, and my mom is, in addition to what's going on here, she had one eye. She had a cataract. She's in the process of getting her cataracts removed. So she had one eye done, and her second eye is scheduled to be done. And she really wants to get that done. And so I always stay with her when Dad's, the last few years, I've stayed with her, my mom, while Dad's at band camp for the week, because, you know, she doesn't like being alone. She likes being with people. She's a people person, and she's had carpal tunnel, and she has difficulty with her hands, and she had the surgery, and it's getting better, but she can't grip things to open them. So there's certain things that she can't do with her hands now. I mean, time will tell if that gets any better, but you know how it is. It's just, you get older and things just fall apart. Oh, I missed it. See, I'm gonna have to go back and get all the things I missed. See, I missed one there. Let's see. So we're on 22, almost done. 22. So let me put in all the gray, and we'll come back and show you what it looks like. All right, so here it is, finished. with all the missing parts filled in. I don't think I've missed any spaces that I can tell. You can see the owls. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it, and then sometime before my finished pages, if I feel like it, which I kind of want to, I might go in and add metallics to here and see what they look like with metallics in some of the spaces, like the grays and maybe the blues if I have the right colors. So, because that would be fun. But anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks for joining me for this quick color and chat. I hope you guys have a great day. And this was in Steampunk Mandalas Color by Number by Sachin Sachdeva. We will zoom out a little bit so you can see that. It's a lot of fun, so pick it up. His mandala books are always very fun. I really like this one. So I hope you are safe and happy and have a great day and have fun coloring, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!